Can Wine podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. We hope that you enjoy our program today, and we also hope that you learn a little bit more about wine. Now, we are in season 4, episode 5, and this season we are taking you on a fantastic journey. I'm sure by the end of the season I'll have that down. And we're taking you from the Mediterranean climate of California in our last episode to the real Mediterranean climate of Italy. But before we get to that, let's have our wine nerd word of the week, which is aromatic or aroma compounds. Now, these chemicals are created during the fermentation of wine, of grapes, and they're very light compounds that are picked up in the evaporating alcohol and taken up into your nose. They're volatilized, so aromatic compounds are volatilized, and you can taste these great smells when you open a can of wine, or if you're smelling it from the glass as we do here. Now, getting to our can of the week, it is the Tutto Mio. I think you can see that there, which is a sparkling red wine, and this is has been traditionally grown. It uses the Charmat method. It's called a Rosa Dolce Sweet Red, product of Italy. It's a proprietary grape mixture that are assured to be all Italian grapes. And this comes from the I guess it would be the northeastern region, sort of, if you can imagine where Venice is. It's sort of up and inland from there. And this is a very famous region for growing wine, as well as all kind of different pastas and fantastic foods, prosciutto, you name it, they have it there. So it's a 7.5% alcohol, which is fairly light, 250 mLs. It's, as I said, traditionally grown. They ferment it twice, and the second fermentation uses a Charmat method, which is a sort of a stainless steel container that allows the carbon dioxide to get pressurized into the wine. So this comes sort of from the rolling hills of Tuscany, if you will. Emilia Romagna, maybe I've got that, where their terroir has a certain type of clay and gravel soils that give it tremendous ability to produce wine and very flavorful wines. Think of things like Lambrusco, that comes from this area as well. So where does this wine actually come from? This one came from Jefferson Valley, much closer to here. Jefferson Valley Mall is in New York, not far from me. There's a little place called Ginny's Wine and Liquor, and they typically will have some cans. They're not a big selection, but sometimes they have some really nice stuff, and they're very personal and friendly and can help you with your wine. Before I get too far, I wanted to give a bit of a impromptu shout out to the Westchester Parks Foundation. I did an event in the past weekend and managed to get a shirt from them. So thank you very much for the shirt, guys. Much appreciated. And they do great work keeping the parks going here in Westchester County, New York. So without any further ado, as we do on the Can Wine podcast, let's open this can of wine and we'll continue to talk about it. It's a very dark red taste. It's made with a skin contact, similar to the orange wine that we made we talked about on last episode, except that this is using red grapes. So the red grapes are in there while they're fermenting it, and that gives you that very dark flavor. I'm smelling a lot of berry flavors, cherry. Cherry, blackberry, with some mention of rhubarb. I don't taste that kind of bitterness there, but it's a fairly creamy wine. And gosh, it's as dark as any Nero d'Avola that I've tasted. Well made. It has a light fizziness to it. Now they recommend this with any kind of rich cheese or perhaps a red meat. This would go good with lamb, I would say. It might go good with pasta or even a pizza. A shout out to all the guests we've had in the last few weeks. Thanks, guys. It's been fun getting things going here. I am doing a solo episode today, but we'll have some guests on in the next little while just to continue to discuss wine and enjoy this great way of transporting and carrying it. We like the cans. We do typically drink it from a glass because we like to see what we're drinking. You could drink it from the can if you were in a wilderness setting. Of course, we're not. We're just in our dining room enjoying a can of wine and a glass of wine after a hard day's work. So, our shout out this week, a big thumbs up to Mickey. We're glad you made it through the storm. Mickey is in Port Protection, Alaska, and this summer we had sent her a selection of New York wines in cans, of course, for her to try, as well as a canned wine hat, not like with a beak like this one, but a knit cap, as they call it here, or in Canada they would call it a toque, with the logo. And they had a tremendous windstorm there, the last wind and rain, and they described it as a hurricane. But now we know that the canned wine knit cap can survive an Alaskan hurricane storm. So good on you for trying it. I'm glad it helped you keep your hat on, and look forward to you enjoying your cans of wine. Now, what is our head scratcher this week? Our head scratcher is as follows. What area of Italy was the birthplace of Parmesan cheese? And prosciutto, for that matter. So we'll give you a hint. It was actually the same area that this wine was produced in. So we look forward to your answers. Remember, we have no problem sending fabulous swag out to people that answer questions. Like it, spread the YouTube videos around for all those that are coming over to us from Spotify. I'm trying to get video up on Spotify, but I'm just struggling with that. Thanks to you that have come and switched over to this format. We're enjoying working on YouTube. It certainly gives us a very wide and varied audience, and we like that. And in closing, thank you for tuning into the Can Wine Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. Remember, as always, enjoy responsibly, and just because it comes in this convenient can, don't drink and drive. The Can Wine Podcast is a Center Stage production, all rights reserved.